So why do you want more of something else that just gets dumped? Why wouldn't you want to stake something that by locking it up does the thing that incentivizes that coin to go up?
What you just said. So let's transition to the most interesting part of this that people that I think were really thinking thought of afterwards is everybody has the shiny new toy syndrome. Obviously, everybody wants Pulse, everybody wants PulseX. They want, we've seen people emergency end staking Hex to participate in these paltry liquidity pools on PulseX, which makes
Yep.
zero sense. And then they're also looking for the PulseX single-sided staking. This stuff is garbage compared to staking Hex. Like
Yeah.
when you have a barometer against the original smart contract that was staking Hex for up to 15 years, you don't have to do it that way. Hell, if you have a huge bag right now and you just want to try to time it for the top of the next bull market or something, stake it all at once and get however many T-shares you want to. I mean, I think people just, and we've said it a million times over the last few weeks, people are losing what Hex was about. And we're going to get to it probably again later. And I know I sent it to you, but RG3, Hex OG, practically crypto OG, was on with My Life is Awesome, Coach Lit earlier today. Ben Cage was there, RH Max. A lot of people were on the stream. And he just broke it down so well and was like a reminder of like how amazing Hex is. And a reminder, again, something that we have said is that PulseChain was just the new highway to drive Hex on. This was built for Hex to make Hex more accessible, cheaper to stake, cheaper to unstake, all these fees that people are dealing with Ethereum, which may still come down somewhat as well. But people are just forgetting the power of Hex. That the rewards that you can get from staking Hex, mining Hex, whatever you want to call it, I mean, nothing else in this ecosystem is going to beat it when it comes to a CD of some sort or something where you can actually mint your own rewards. So I, I think that's what people need to come away realizing out of this. What do you make of that, Ewok? When do you think people are going to like come back and realize like they need to go back to some old school like Hex training and watch some old videos or something like that so they can forget about Pulse doing a 100x in a month or something?
I don't think it's going to happen until the price starts to run. I really don't. I didn't see it yet. I know you sent me the link to it. I started to watch it, but didn't get into it. But he's absolutely right. Pulse Chain was not built to be ETH killer or anything like that. It was because the Ethereum fees were killing the Hex stakers. So he wanted to fix it. So yeah, I mean, I really think it's going to take the price run up and hopefully it takes off like crazy. And all these people are going to have to jump back in, and until they see it again in another cycle doing what it does, they're going to forget about Hex, and that shiny new object syndrome kicks in. And it's this or that or this sacrifice or whatever it may be. Where can I put my funds to get the next 5x, 10x, whatever it is quickly? The lottery mentality is going to wreck people, and unfortunately, they're not going to make it. A lot of people are not going to make it, and it's sad because at one point I thought the community was tight, and it still is. Don't get me wrong. Don't take that the wrong way. But so many people have wrecked themselves, and now they're trying to dig out, and there's a lot of desperation, and they forget the core values of why this community was founded in the first place. It's sad.
Well, I'm glad you brought up community and some of the people in it because this is something I wanted to hit maybe later in the show, but it does make sense to start approaching it here in a moment. But finishing off as best we can on the PulseX thing. So once again, much like when Richard tweeted about like, hey, it looks like the market has decided that Hex on Pulse Chain is the more desirable asset so far. Like, in other words, he made an observation a couple of weeks ago about which Hex was higher. Basically, Hex on Pulse Chain has been 30 to 50% marked up over Hex on Ethereum. He made an observation. He did not say, hey, any of you that are trying to sell off eHex and declaring it dead and stupid for anybody to get into so you can, get more views on your YouTube channel and get subscriptions on your Patreon. He didn't say that you are vindicated and you are correct. He made an observation. And what so few people, I think, realize, like we said a moment ago with his tweets, there's often something left unsaid that if you read into it enough, you see and learn something from. And I think from that one I just referenced, it was clearly just an observation. And the money is going to flow back into Hex on Ethereum, which I definitely think that we will see. But just like that one today, I don't think he never was saying single-sided staking isn't coming. He will criticize mechanics, and like, you can use Hex suboptimally. You can make daily Hex stakes for some stupid reason and not benefit from, you know what I mean? Like, you can use all of these tools incorrectly. That doesn't mean like it's a bad product or anything. He didn't necessarily say that single-sided staking isn't coming to PulseX, and I think that's why he followed up, deleted those tweets, because he realized that's what people thought it meant. And later on said that that's not a priority right now, basically.
Right. Yep.
So what do you make of these people that are like getting out of their PulseX bags based on this news that doesn't really exist? It's just hilarious.
We go back to the over emotional state of people right now. They jump whenever they think there's something wrong. And I think it's funny because now they're going to have to buy back in. We saw the dip right away. It happened within minutes of his tweet. It's over. They say it's over. Oh my God, the world's ending. Chicken Little, the sky's falling. And it's crazy how they need to get outside, get some fresh air. Of course, now there's freaking smoke from these stupid fires again. But
get your shit together, Canada. If anybody in
Canada, so we can get outside and get some fresh air, right? These people need it.
Yeah.
It's over emotional. It's messed up. It dipped immediately as soon as he made that tweet, and I think he realized it, and again deleted it. But either way, they sold, right? I mean, they got out. A lot of people sold because the market dipped considerably there pretty quickly right after that tweet was made. And it's like, I don't understand. Again, you've got Hex. If you want to stake single-sided and get more of that, whatever. Otherwise, it was going to be another token that probably would have been a dump token anyway. It would have had the same effect that your incentive token is looking like right now. People are just getting it and dumping it. So why do you want more of something else that just gets dumped? Why wouldn't you want to stake something that by locking it up does the thing that incentivizes that coin to go up, right? When you lock a coin up, people buy more than they sell. That's the goal. That is how price goes up. It's the only way price goes up is people buying more than they sell. Well, when there's more coins locked up, there's more people buying than selling because people are locked up. It just makes sense. And I don't know, man. They just don't get it. It baffles me how clueless and how quick they are to make a decision and just not think things through.
Yeah, well, we'll get to this in a moment, but I mean, obviously, you and I personally, we just like everybody else, we're going to say, hey, non-financial advice, but we do like to share what our thoughts are and what we are doing, and of course, we're buying everything in this ecosystem. Really, probably what either of us are buying the least of is Hex on Pulse, because Hex on Ethereum's cheaper, so why would I really right now? But really what we're interested in doing, obviously acquiring some PulseX at these prices today is pretty cool, as well as continuing to buy Hex on Ethereum and stake Hex on Ethereum. Like, that's what everybody doesn't want to do and is forgetting about, so it's what we will gladly do. So